Thanks a lot for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI this morning on ITV. Yes, we are starting off the discussion segment with Edo 2024, the impact of party manifesto in the forthcoming elections. Some are saying, well, parties, they no longer have manifestos because they can just tell you that they do one or two things. They will not do it invariably, and heaven will not fall. That those state citizens, they've been disenchanted when I get talk about manifesto after all, but the APC, PDP, Labour Party, YPP, NPP, all the parties involved, they have the same feather. They have the same manifesto. They tell you they will do A, do B, it's just the same everywhere. There's no clear cut between these political parties. After all, you see one in PDP today, you wake up the following morning, he's in APC. You sleep again to wake up the following day, he's back again to LP, and then to ZLP, to NNPP. So it's like, it's all the same. I don't believe the manifesto, because most of them that gave their trust to party manifesto, so to speak, they've been disappointed severally. They may have little or no impact in this election. That is on one hand. On the other hand, some intellectuals are saying, look, if you do not tell us what you will do and how you're going to do it, forget about our vote. We need to know what your manifest is all about. We need to know what you have in store for those state citizens. We need to know all those promises you made, how you're going to bring them into fruition. If you don't tell us how, forget about it, because we need to hear from you. See, two separate schools of thoughts. Why some are just indifferent about anything. In English, you call them anywhere their left face, just move, okay? With me here in the studio to talk about this, I have distinctive analysts with me in the studio. I'd like to start from my extreme left. He is a vibrant youth and entrepreneur, a politician to the core, and he's a member. Okay, I wouldn't want to go with party affiliations, but I want to start talking to get to know where the loyalty lies. Join me to welcome Sosa Ewe. Welcome to TMI. So this
Good morning, my dear brother.
I appreciate your comment.
Good morning. Good morning.
Right.
Good morning, Edo people back home and abroad.
All right.
Good morning.
So very close to him, he is in the academia. He's also an entrepreneur, an Islamic scholar, a politician. Well, we're all same politician, but all the same. Come on, we're all political animals. Join me to welcome Alhaji Ahmed Ewaike. Welcome to TMI. So there's a edition.
Thank you.
I appreciate the comment.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wixin.
All right.
Good morning, everyone at home.
Present closest to me right now in the studio is also in academia. He's a lecturer. Once he starts lecturing his own, this like, how come you're so good in talking politics? And of course, he has a soft spot for Edo politics in general. When he gets talking, you get to know what I'm talking about. Join me to welcome Jimmy Oko. Welcome to TMI, so this edition.
Good morning,
I appreciate
my
your
brother.
coming.
Thank you very much. Thank
All
you for
right.
having me.
We're going to start off with the basics. So people get to know what we're really talking about. People hear about manifesto, party manifesto, and all that. Some don't even know manifesto. Let me start off with Jimmy Oko. The word manifesto, some are saying that it has come to stay. Some are still battling to really understand the impact of manifesto during the election period. What is a manifesto? Before we hit the ball rolling.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother. Well, it is quite important to talk about this. The word manifesto is not new to our political terrain. It's just that to add it to our culture, to localize it in the game of politics, and to properly understand it and demand it by the electorate is only the problem. Manifesto actually means to tell us the policies, the dreams you have for the state. What are the things you want to do? You are demanding an office, you want people to vote for you, so you must be able to tell us what you have written down. You know, as a matter of fact, one shouldn't even demand power if you do not have anything to do. it should be a drive. There's something that is driving you. You have seen abnormalities in the societies. That is what makes a man to say, I want power to do these things. Because we understand that, you know, our people usually say that government is next to God, meaning that the next powerful body or an individual you can think about is government. And you require power to effect some changes. Now that you want things to be done in the society, now that you want things to be done differently, you have seen how what is going in the society, they are not in line with what you expect, your dreams, the society you are thinking of, then you want power to make it right. So all of these dreams, these aspirations you have, the policies you want to initiate into the society, and you have tried to communicate them. It's not as if people, everybody who has dream should actually aspire for power. By the time you try to speak out, because the people should be involved in the game of politics, by the time you speak and speak repeatedly, and those in government are not trying to take it, then you decide to say, okay, I need power to try to bring these good policies into our governance. So manifestos are actually your dreams, your aspirations, your plan. Call it a plan of work that you want to do. Not telling us things that you just want to do, but what are the methodologies that you have written down that you can convince the people about from stage one to stage, the last stage. These are the things I want to do. This is how I want to go about it. Then the people will be able to assess that and say, okay, yes, these things this man wants to do are the things we actually want. Are they realistic? The reality of it. Then we'll try checking your methodologies. How do you want to go about them? Are they against the people? If the people find out that, oh, what you want to do are not the things they actually need now, they decide to say no. So to go into politics without heightening the discussion of manifestos will be a waste of time. But the only unfortunate thing is that we have seen repeatedly why people use plenty of time to tell us stories about what their manifestos are. At the end of the day, you see, they are not talking about, you just left a government that promised to actually erase corruption in Nigeria.
We'll come to
so
that.
At the end of the day, then the people do not want to care about
the government anymore on the manifesto. Thank you so much for laying a foundation for this discussion about the manifesto, what you have in store for the people. Well, Ahmed, you heard him. He said you have to come tell us what you have in store for the people, written plans, and how you are going to bring them into fruition. But since 1999, have politicians, irrespective of political parties, been able to stick to what they tell the people that are going to do vis-a-vis to the manifesto? Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Wixing, for the question. Yeah, I've listened to my brother here. I haven't defined the manifesto. I will simply just put it as a to-do list of what you intend to do for the people or what the government intend to do. In a civilized clime, you will see you have the Democrat or the Republican. Their way of governance is distinct from the way the other person, govern the people too. And they have, a plan that they have for the people, and they follow it, stages by stages or step by step, in order for them to be able to actualize it. But here in Nigeria, even when I listen to you in the opening remarks, that yes, somebody will be in PDP today, and tomorrow the person will be in APC. Ordinarily, if you are in PDP ought to have their own method of governance, or the democratic way of governance. Then if you are in the All Progressive Congress, you ought to have all the progressive way of doing your own thing. You could remember then when we were small, when our fathers, then Awolowo and the rest, their own aim was education mainly. They focused mainly on education. And anywhere their party won, as at that time, check very well, they built so many universities and so many schools. That were one of their own, way of governance. So while the other one may have its own way, but this time around, we don't have parties who who actually have manifesto any longer. It's individual manifesto. Like me, Ahmed Evaike now, my own way I want to govern, not the way of, but ordinarily the party supersede even you. So the party have their way of doing things. So that is where the manifesto will generate from that. This is our modus operandi. This is how we do things. Then you key it in, all of you sit down together and arrange this document, like in the form of to-do list. Okay, first 3 months, first 6 months, first 1 year. These are the things we tend to do. But unfortunately, how will I say it now? The people that are illiterate are more than the literate ones. So they don't really care to know how to hold these people to ransom for what they have uttered out of their mouths. And that is why somebody will promise you a thing for the first 4 years, he could not achieve it, but he will come back again, contesting for the second tenure. What he told you he would do at that very first tenure is still what he's telling you again. And even when the person runs up, he's bringing somebody again that, oh, this person will take over from you. What he told you in the whole first term when he was contesting is what the person is bringing, will also tell you again how to do. We have grown up to listen to, there will be good electricity, there will be good road, there will be security. It's not more than that. I keep on telling somebody that to campaign in Nigeria is the most simplest thing to do as a politician. Just go to any community. When I get a road, no, we'll give you road. When I get light, no, we'll give you light. Security day, no, we'll give you security. But nothing less. Check all the manifestos that you see. Every contestant or every candidates are going to tell you. Is that going to tell you, we know soon not get security, we'll give you. We know soon not get road, we'll give you. We know soon not get food, we'll give you. We know soon not get water, we'll give you. How are you going to give them this food and security? You don't even know. What methods are you going to follow? You don't even know. It's going to require SY billion. When am I going to get the SY billion? They don't even know. So they say all sorts of things just to cajole the public that I am going to turn Edo State to Dubai in the first 6 months. Everybody will be clamoring, oh, this one will work, will move, vote for that. And when he enter, in fact, in the first 6 months, he never even understand the office. What I'm trying to say in summary is that manifesto in Nigeria politics there's no manifesto, let me use that word. It's just a mere talk. Let me sweet talk A, or let me sweet talk B, or let me sweet talk C, so that then they let this person vote. None of them have kept to their promise on a serious note. None of them. Right from 1999, I don't see any person who have contested and said I will do XYZ. And if fulfill the XYZ 100%, I have never seen. No governor in this state or no president in this country have done that. Quote me anywhere. None of them, but some of them have tried their best to at least to achieve like 50%, 60%, but I've never seen any who have achieved 100%.
Thank you so much, Alhaji Ahmed Evaike. Over now to you, so you heard both of them.
Yeah.
But the punchline is that, not like manifesto, from what they said, because it's the same old story, I give you light, security, food, road. We've been hearing this over and over again. How are you going to make this happen? Most of the times we don't even know. And sometimes the first 4 years, nothing to show. They come back again the next 4 years, say, we're going to do that instead of going to that. Was like, 4 years ago. Please take it up from there.
Well, thank you so much, Christian. I do strongly believe that owing to administrative failures over the years, governments come and go and all of that. So as a result of unfulfilled promises, people can now authoritatively say that political parties do not have manifestos. I want to differ. Political parties do have manifestos. Even families do have manifestos. Organizations do have manifestos. When you go to offices on their walls, sometimes you see vision and mission statements. That's a manifesto. But once administrations begin to fail, or continuous failure of those vision and mission you see on the wall or you see on placards and all that, then anybody cannot say organizations don't have manifesto. You can't operate without a manifesto. Manifesto is what you ought to do. Your manifesto can last for years. That is your vision. That is your creed. That is your belief. It is the statement. That's a visionary statement that you want to do for the people. But if it was different, if people were faithful or political parties were faithful to their manifestos, I think people would be advising that, okay, we have been on this manifesto for over 50 years. Let's see how we can review and all that. So I do strongly believe that manifestos are in political parties, but as a result of successive failures, by administrations. So people have lost faith in political parties, people have lost their beliefs in organizations and all that. But to an extent, like Erike said, political parties are trying as best as they can. Individuals are trying as best as they can to do like 30, 40, 50%. But there's a lot more to still be done. So that's why in electing people, you must be able to query them. You must be able to question them what they owe to do for the people. Like, for instance, in the area of education, how do you intend to reform our education? The structures that we have are dilapidated. What are your methodologies to restructure them? In health, there are no health facilities to take care of our aged people. What do you intend to do for them? What about transportation, security, water, lights, employment, women empowerment, youth empowerment, farming, and all that? So once you put all these together and document them, you already have a manifesto. But how well and how faithful you follow those documentations go a long way to determine whether you actually have a manifesto or not. But where you fail in those documentation, people can then say they don't have a manifesto. Yeah, but you had. So political parties must sit down on the round table again and find a vision. We call it political ideologies. What are your political ideologies? Like my party, the PDP, we believe in democratic ethos. We do strongly believe in the spirit of democracy. We do strongly believe in the spirit of equity. We strongly believe in the spirit of fairness, in the spirit of justice. That's why you saw in the beginning of this Edo 2024 struggle, we were saying that power has to move to the central. Power has to move to Edo Central, because we saw that since 1999, Edo Central has only done about a year and a few months. Whereas Edo South will be rounding up 16 years this November. And Edo North had done 8 years with the Shomole in the front. So there was a need to balance the equation. So that's why you saw us clamoring that power has to go to Central. Power has to go to Central. But power going to Central is not just anybody. It's somebody who understands the policy programs of the current administration. The current administration has been able to put a lot together, a lot of developmental foundations together, and there is need to sustain and build on them. So we didn't just need anybody from Edo Central in the spirit of power going to Edo Central. We needed people who understand, or someone who understands the policies of this administration, the direction. So this government has a manifesto that it has been able to prove over the years. So there is need to sustain on those manifestos and build more, develop more ideas, more manifesto that you want to do for your people, and start from there. So now you can see that our struggles has paid off. We have a candidate from Edo Central. We have a deputy candidate from Edo South. It is balanced. So our struggle paid off because we believe that there's a manifesto that the PDP had established in Edo that needs to continue to be sustained. And the only person that can sustain that manifesto at that time is Aswa Igodalo, and that was why we mentioned that.
Here you go again. This is the platform to campaign. There has to be some chance for that. You know the drill.
Apologies.
You know the drill. In Britain, UK, each party have their clear-cut ideology. They have their manifesto. Once they come in, this is what we're focusing on. And they'll make sure that what they promise the people is what the people are seeing. If not, the people will revolt, and that might lead to them losing seats. Or at the worst case scenario, they'll lose the position. But in Nigeria, it's different. Not even aware that this election is so close. People have been disenchanted, so to speak, by listening to politicians and, of course, their parties on what they have in store for the people. Do you think party manifestos right now really hold sway in the minds of Edo citizens?
Yes, of course, it's very important. The importance of the manifesto at this time can't be overemphasized. The truth is that, irrespective of the fact that there have been disappointments, so many times, the people still want to hear you speak. What are they listening to? What do they want to hear you talk about? They want to hear you talk about what you want to do. That is the manifesto. So people still want to hear. At the end of the day, there's nobody in the door right now who is not interested listening to the candidates that we already know to talk about what you want to do. They want to hear. That is why you see, even the candidates themselves understand that. That is why you see some of them who also understand, it cannot be all, who also understand the value of selling manifestos, have been moving from place to place, marketplaces, visiting market women, visiting people in offices and all of that, trying to talk to them, holding conferences with people, professionals, to talk about what I want to do. And the people have been listening. Why is it that if the people are very interested, you will not see anybody listening? That is why you see when you see these candidates enter the marketplace, the market women are shouting, welcoming the candidates because they want to hear, they want to listen. Even though in that process, those who have only heard about you, they want to have that opportunity to hear you speak. And I want to say that any candidate who doesn't feel it is very important at this time, as it regards the election, to avail the people that big opportunity, not even an opportunity, is their own right. It's the right of the people to have you tell them exactly what you want to do. And if you don't want to do that, it means you are disappointing the people. You are thinking that the people do not deserve to hear what you want to do. You are only trying to, maybe you have an arrangement to impose yourself on the people, which of course is going to fail. Manifestos is very important. The people are waiting to hear it. Their ears are open. I think are different for that people want to hear. People want to hear, both the children, the elderly, and all of that. They want to hear.
You say they want to hear.
Yes.
Let me come to you. I mean, the people want to, but some are saying that we are sick and tell a manifesto, take a manifesto along with you, because some are saying that individual manifesto is now superseding, overpowering, overshadowing, so to speak, party's manifesto. Take it up from there.
Yeah, you are very correct. Every candidate have their personal manifesto. It's even from party manifesto. Why do I agree with that is that if, for example, like let's use my current governor now, he was in the All Progressive Congress in the first tenure, and now is in the People's Democratic Party. Definitely, his style of leadership or the goal he's pursuing is still the same. Does that not mean that APC and PDP have the same manifesto? The answer is no. So, but the manifesto of Obaseki is what is implemented. So on that note, individual manifesto supersede that of the party. But if not that, there is no reason for anybody to use party A and later move to party B. If I am all progressive, I should remain all progressive till I die. If I'm a Democrat, I should remain a Democrat till I die. Because of this is where I believe. Like for example, I'm a Muslim, this is the faith. I remain there till I die. You are a Christian, this is your faith, remain there till you die, because that is the manifesto. But in this case, we don't have a party ideology. We are just ourselves. That is why today, I will tell you I'm a progressive. Tomorrow I will still tell you I'm a Democrat. Tomorrow I will still tell you I'm of the Labour. If, for example, now they've done me what I don't like now, and the other one say, okay, come, don't worry, we'll give you. Okay, I'm not here. There's somebody who have left before say, I am back home to where we started from. We built this party and back home. You know, say na home before you run come out. Now you are back again to the home again. If they say shoot pin, you run again. You come. You say, that is to tell you that there is nothing like party manifesto. It's an individual manifesto. I think I will from here advise that they should be documenting this thing as a document so that we can be referring them to it. Not just saying it verbally. You should have a standard document that this is my manifesto. Before the election, people will have this document handy. So that when you start, they can be referring you to it. So that this is your manifesto during when you were campaigning. This is where we are. You are failing already. You are deviating already. So this is not what you say. Not just carrying it. You don't. When they go to market, they know that okay, this is market women. All market women need nice loan. Loan. I will give you a loan to market. Hey, when you see farmers, farmers, okay. People are going to be getting free fertilizer. We're going to buy bulldozer for you people. We're going to, after everything, you capture those ones. You go away. And when you come to the academia, don't worry. We are going to build a standard research lab for you people. XYZ. After everything, to even see you now, wahala. In fact, the 8 years we complete, they will not even see a block. let alone even building the standard research lab for them. So they just come and capture you. When they are coming, they know the group they want to meet. They know that the group like to hear lies. And they tell them the lies. The one that will come and tell you the truth that come, I cannot fix a door completely 8 years old. I'm only coming to do my bits. But people will not want to listen to that kind of person. Is the one that will tell you that forget it. Within 8 years, Edo State will be number 3 state in the whole of the country. We'll clap and for this. Because the truth is that we ourselves, we lack the understanding of this thing. That is why, like us, who to some extent, not that we are learning, but to some extent, when they are talking, we just laugh or raise one. You just say your thing, we know. You cannot achieve it. You cannot. Tell them the truth, but when you tell them the truth, they will not vote for you. So you want they need the lies. So you tell them the lies, so they will give to you. So in summary of the question you asked me, the parties don't have manifesto. Let's call a spade a spade. It is individual manifesto. Because if party have manifesto, then I don't see any reason why you will move from party A to party B. And when you moved, your style of leadership did not change. You will have not before to it don't come the other party. The other party is not so that they do one more. So we know the tie road for this our party. Now building with the build. So that is why he stopped the road tying and now started focusing on building. But no, you change to the other party and you still rule the way you are ruling. Still the same thing, nothing changed. It's just the label. You just hear this label and put in the other label. You remain the same person. The other day I came, I wore green. I'm not wearing this. He said, Ahmed. It's just so it's individual manifesto that we have. We don't have party manifesto yet. The era we have party manifesto was the time of the World War and Bruce Alliance at that time. That is when they have party manifesto. But now we don't have party manifesto any longer. It's individual. In fact, the individual supersede the party. There's no two ways about that. The government is bigger than PDP. Take it or leave it. The party, the individual is, they now rule the party. This is what I want. This is how I want it, and that's all. You can't change it.
All right. Well, you heard him. He gave an example of our beloved governor. So please react to that. He said it's individual now, not a party affiliation, because after all, governor was in APC before. He entered the PDP. You see the same thing he's doing. After all, PDP and APC manifesto are totally different. But how come he's doing the same thing? He said it's individual that is ruling, not even the political party. If it's true, is that right?
Yeah, I think in life there are basic needs that human beings need. We all do have basic needs. And having a manifesto is one. The ability to communicate your manifesto is the most important thing. And how do you communicate your manifesto? You can do it by talking. You can do it by acting. And when you see a government like the Obaseki-led administration, we can all agree that the Obaseki-led administration has successfully communicated its manifesto to Edo people. How? By working.
Like his own manifesto, not the party's manifesto. Is that what they're saying right now?
His manifesto, the party's... the party is made of people. Party is not a wall. The party is made of people.
But in the party, you have a manifesto.
In a party, you have a chairman, you have an executive, and you have members. So it is made of people. So every man that is coming out of a party to run for a political office, of course, has ideas. You've been through the ropes of administration, maybe for over 40 years before you delve into the political waters to run for a political office. What have you been doing in 40 years? You've been administering ideals. You've been administering human capacity developments. You may have been administering security at your own small level. You may have been administering farming at your own small level. You may have been administering a lot of things that human beings need at your own small level. But now you are extending your administrative capacity to the bigger level. So you must have things upstairs. So when you now marry what your party is built on, parties are built on ideals. Wilson, are you with me? Political parties are built on ideals. So when you marry the ideals upon which your political party is built on with yours, you have a manifesto. That is what you want to do. At a point, it could even be compatible. Maybe your party is more interested in securing the lives and properties of citizens. And you also have that as your personal manifesto. Or your party is interested in agriculture. Like he said, party is interested in education back in the day. You still have political parties these days that has the educational reforms as manifesto. And once you now bring those ideas together, you are working your manifesto. You are working it, bringing ideas from your party, marrying it with your own ideas and other ideas. You are working your manifesto. And that is what our governor is doing. On the Yaro, there is an education hub going on. That is a manifesto. On the Yaro here, education hub is going on. Go to the civil service building on Sapler Road. That building was abandoned for over 40 years by successive administrations. Are you going to say they didn't have manifesto? They had, but they could not communicate their manifesto in the most practicable manner. So Obaseki came, instead of talking, he was walking while others were talking. Obaseki was working, he's still working. There is a guy in this town at a time, a non-state actor, that celebrated $1 billion for doing nothing. He blocked an entire community to celebrate $1 billion in his account. Maybe that is his manifesto. That could have been his manifesto.
That's a low blow. That is a low blow.
That could have been.
That is a low blow.
That could have been his manifesto and his party's manifesto to celebrate $1 billion for doing nothing, no job, no employment, no entitlement, a non-state actor. There were times in this town we seen where our women in upper markets, in New Benin and Oka markets, were being brutalized and beaten because of the unorthodox method that revenue collectors used to collect their revenues. Maybe that was their manifesto. And the manifestos of their party, I think the party was APC or so. The party may have been APC. So maybe that was their manifesto.
And I wish that the governor came to that party.
But
he came to that party.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on.
All right.
There was a time in this town. There are 3 names in this town. If you mention them, people run helter-skelter because these people were dreaded. They were backed and protected by the government at that time. So the manifesto of that government at that time was to secure and protect and empower these 3 persons to brutalize and do people. But we don't want that. Then Obaseki came. He promoted decency in his government. So we can say that decency in government, decency in politics is part of Obaseki's manifesto. And it's part of the manifesto of the Obaseki-led PDP.
Does not mean that a man is better than the party. Inside, a woman is better than the party.
Listen. It has to do with the man at the front.
Okay.
Or the men at the front. It is the ideas that the men at the front put forward that guides the entire system. Go to civil service block today. That building was abandoned 40 years, but today civil servants don't want to go home after 4. Some even want to sleep there. They have free internet. They have 24/7 electricity. The ambience is conducive enough for work. And once it is 6 a.m., they're already awake. They are running to the office. There's digitization of the system. Go to Education Hub on Yaro. Go to the College of Agriculture. Go to Nursing School.
Is this PDP manifesto or Obaseki's manifesto?
Listen. This is a manifesto of the government in power.
I'll come back to you. All right.
That possibly could also be the manifesto of the party. But the man in the front has to be good enough to be able to evoke that party's manifesto.
I will come back to you.
And work for Edo people.
I will come back to you.
You have to come back to me.
So many low blows. So many low blows. Too many low blows. Anyway, well, you heard him. Like what Ahmed said, he said the man is bigger than the party, but he said no, it could just be that the man's manifesto is in sync with the party's manifesto. Yes, it was in the APC, now in the PDP. You see the same man. It's like synchronizing its manifesto to make other people happy. Now, from what Ahmed said, a man bigger than the party, should we be operating an individual manifesto or party manifesto as it stands right now in Edo State? Please, no low blow. No low blow, please. And so sorry. Please go from there.
I think we are missing or something.
Yes.
If you say manifesto, an individual and the party, go to corporate world where you have, I think one of my brothers cited something vision, mission of an organization. The way you have vision and mission, that is how the ideas of an individual who wants an office and his political parties go.
Yeah.
While vision remains a long-term image which the company wants to achieve and be known for throughout their existence in the society, mission is what they are doing right now, gradually. Their actions, their courses of action they are taking to achieve that. The party has its ideals, what is known to be against and what it is known for. The individual is the one who brings the actions. These are the things I want to do. So the party does not have such a manifesto to say we want to construct the road from Agerebude to Edo, whatever. The party doesn't have that. It is not the party that told Governor Obaseki to go and rebuild Edo College of Agriculture. Party is not known to have such manifestos. There's a reason why the party decided to give a ticket to a particular person. Because they have seen the person to be able, the person has, don't forget that these persons who aspire for an office, they usually gather the party members to talk to them and say, these are the things I want to do for Edo people. And the party look at it and check, are these things against our own ideals? Are they against our culture? Will they make the people to speak evil of the party? If it is yes, they say, no, we do not want this man. He's going to destroy our party. But if the dreams you have, the courses of actions you have outlined, they are going to project the party in good light to the public, the party say, okay, we are going to support this person. So whether the party, an individual cannot be said to be greater than the party because he is only a representative of the party. Don't forget the word flag bearer. The party is saying we cannot go there as a group. Go and do this for us. Represent us. So when Obaseki is representing, when he saw dreams, when his aspirations are coming out, they are representing the party. It cannot be said to be greater than that of the party. Because the party will not settle down and say, okay, we told you to construct so and so road, not this one. We told you to do electricity first, not this one. No, that doesn't happen that way because the party will not have list of projects for an individual to do. Because this person is known to have gathered the experience to work in certain ways.
So you're saying that the party manifesto should be in sync with their candidate's manifesto. Is that what you're saying right now?
Yes, the candidate's manifesto should be in alignment.
But right now you are saying that the party's manifesto should be in alignment or in sync with the candidates.
No, that's a different thing. That's a different thing.
All right.
We are not saying party should make sure that they align their manifesto with other. I am saying that party will not have manifesto. That's not the word to use. Let's not use that word manifesto for party. Party only has its own culture.
Ideals.
The ideals.
Philosophy.
In another word, the philosophy. They have their culture. In all we do not want to disenfranchise anybody. In all we do, like my brother earlier said, issue of just fairness, equity, whatever.
Don't forget he's your brother also.
Yeah, if you look at it,
Yes.
whatever you do, Obaseki, you are the governor. If you want to construct the road, if you want to rebuild the hospital, you want to do this, ensure that equity, fairness is there. Okay. That is why when the party, for instance, now let me make a point.
Yeah.
If the governor is saying, I want to go about revigorating the process of healthcare in Edo State, and at the end of the day, he's reconstructing 20 hospitals in Edo South, the party will now say, no, please, remember the other districts. Because our party is founded on the principles of fairness.
Fairness, equity.
Yes, that is why the party's culture will moderate
All right.
the manifestos of the governor.
Okay.
So that of the governor cannot be said to be greater than the party that...
Over now, because they're opposing your comment that one man is like greater than the party. You have your reasons. Please expatiate on it.
Yeah, the reasons why I said so is that the governor's way of governance, right from day one in office, like which he has actually, stated since, is still the same way he's still leading the system. Meaning that nobody has been able to coerce him. or nobody have been able to tell him that you are not in a new party, that this party, this is the way they do their thing. So we would have seen that, oh, sir, before Obaseki enter government, oh, Agberu be not there again. But now when Obaseki don't enter PDP now, Agberu come there. Meaning that we will not say, okay, well, it's probably maybe PDP, they enjoy from Agberu, that's why. But in this case, it's the same procedure, the same system, the same way he has been leading in the first tenure when he was in APC, and the same way he's still leading while he's in PDP. So what I'm trying to say right now is that, does it not mean that PDP and APC have the same way of governance? If the answer is yes, meaning that we'll have one party system in this country. But you cannot tell me it's the same thing. PDP and APC does not have the same ideology. Ordinarily, the way it ought to be. But the way it is now, I believe they are not just the same thing, like I said. It's just that the same human being just putting on this different label. Because recently now, we just seen that somebody that was a senator in PDP the other day is now going to become the DG right now in APC in campaign. So what now actually changed? So why I'm saying in essence that why I still stand that the individual manifesto supervisor of the party is because the current man on that seat chooses to rule the government or rule the state the way he thinks will be appropriate, irrespective of the ideology of the party. That is why the same project he started in first tenure is what is still pursuing vigorously to ensure that it comes to a logical conclusion. He told us in first tenure he's going to do Gelegele Seaport. In second tenure, he's still working on it to bring in contractors to start the Gelegele Seaport. Meaning that he's still on the same project. He has been rebuilding state secretariats. Then this second tenure, he started building the Palm House, still state secretariats. Nothing has changed. In first tenure, he has been revamping the security issues, getting up the Edo State Security Network. Second tenure is building upon them, training them in Ogida Police Training College. The same thing continues. So nothing has actually changed in the way and style the governor is governing the state. Nothing has changed. The same way he was governing the state while he was in APC, the same way he's governing the state while in the PDP. Definitely that one now shows that his own manifesto supersedes that of the various both parties. Meaning that this is me, this is how I want to rule this state, irrespective of the label, as you said, flag, irrespective of the flag I'm carrying. Whether you see PDP flag in my office or you see APC flag in my office, it's the same person. Ordinarily, you know they chop pig, you know they chop pig. So when you join the party, I not fit join your party, and they chop pig, I know they chop pig.
Are you now saying that the party has been relegated in this?
Definitely, as far as Nigeria system is concerned, we don't have party. I must tell you the truth, we don't have party. Let us not deceive ourselves. We don't have party. If we have party, there's no way, though the National Constitution have actually said everybody have right to associate with any association or shifting, fine. But we don't have party. Because if we have party, I don't see any reason why I was in APC yesterday. I switched to PDP in the afternoon. In the evening, I'm already back again in APC. Or I was in APC in the morning. In the afternoon, I'm in PDP. Then in the evening, I'm in Labour. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying. So tell me, what is the party then? It is you. We don't have party. You don't have party. My brother here can testify. First tenure, he was in APC. But now he's in PDP. And he's spreading the good news of PDP now. But when he was in APC, if you can record any of the clip, you will see President APC too. So what have not changed? Where's the party there? It's him. It's a Sosa. Not the PDP in him. It's a Sosa. Finish. Like my local government chairman, Dr. Eric, I was talking about him. I'm very happy that we have a learned person who is a local government chairman. Like I was in the local government secretariat, I saw that even there's AC in the offices, which we have never experienced before. They now have AC in the office. I was very glad. I said, yes, this is good. But in the first tenure, my local government chairman, Dr. Eric, was an APC man. Now the second tenure now is a PDP man. Nothing has changed with Dr. Eric. You see Dr. Eric, you see the same way he's doing his thing. So where is the party? Nobody should tell me there's party. There's no party manifesto in Nigeria as we speak. Maybe it's when my son start ruling, when my son's involved in politics, that is when party will now have for a manifesto. But this very crop of politicians that we don't have manifesto, no party have manifesto, it's individual manifesto, and that is the truth. And that we should not run away from it. That's it, my brother.
But to you, so that
what matters is performance.
So you just said you know the party.
So you see that we
okay,
fine. So all of you are agreeing to the fact that parties right now is relegated to the background.
Definitely.
I don't know.
Over to you.
I am not saying. I haven't said
Because
that.
he said one time you're in APC, now you're in PDP, but you're still the same as Sosa.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed.
You mentioned
The governor also in APC, now in PDP, nothing has
you
changed.
mentioned Britain.
What was in PDP, APC, back to Labour, nothing has changed.
You mentioned Britain and America a while ago.
Yes.
This is we are Nigeria soil. This is Nigeria. So if we have the rights to associate with organizations, so I think at a point in time, if the association that I belong to no longer supports my ideals, I think I have the right to move. At a point in time.
Sure.
So that is the whole idea. Because
but it's the same you.
That is the same thing that I'm making that is exactly your manifesto that you are not
Hold on. He has the floor. He has the floor.
I am hungry to work for my people. I could have remained in that party and amass wealth for myself. That party that does not support my ideals and philosophies. I could have stayed there and amassed wealth for myself while the people suffers. You mentioned loan just now as a philosophy of a party way back. That's what we are doing in Kobaha today. By tomorrow, I think tomorrow or Tuesday, we are distributing money to about 200 women. Since last year, since September, between September and now, over 2,500 women have gotten market money of the Osai-led administration.
Wait. Hold on. Sorry. What about the men? This is getting more and more biased. What about the men?
And the idea.
What about the market men?
We are giving our transformers as well.
Anyway, we'll come to that later. Please
so basically, I think we have to begin to hammer more on performance. Administration's performance while you are in office. And in Edo, we have been able to build a very solid foundation of developments. And that is why you see us chesting out so boldly to ensure that we get men on the front that can sustain this foundation, reinforce it, and then build on it. Because a lot hasn't been done. A lot still needs to be done. In the last 7.5 years, 2016 up until now, a lot has been done in the area of security. Hardly a road you enter in Benin, Edo State today that you can't find a uniform man, whether conventional or non-conventional. So, because of the security ideals of the governor, you cannot see conventional security operatives and non-conventional. There's not a synergy between them. So, it still has to do with the man on the front. If the man on the front has been able to prove capacity, he has been able to prove competence and character, which we are advocating ahead September 2024, then you see all other MDAs, all other organizations that are working around him springing up. You see the commissioner of police today, he's always on the phone, he's always on calls with the government, with the governor, ensuring that the lives and property of Edo people are secured. Same for other security agencies. You see education today. Look at what the governor just did a few days ago on May 1st, jacking up the minimum wage from 40,000 to 70,000. That is uncommon. Even the federal government, the APC-led FG couldn't do that. They did about 20 or 21%. But the governor has done his own I think the governor met minimum wage at around 25,000. From there, he jacked it up to, I think, 30,
to 40.
Then 40 in 2 years interval. From 30 to 40, 40 now to 70. And he even said that if the federal government had done something more commendable, he would, I'm sure the governor was even looking at 100,000 naira as minimum wage for Edo workers. Now look at Cross River. Cross River has just taken a clue from Edo, jacking their own up to 40,000 now. But we are still 30,000 ahead. And from this month, that is going to take effect. So we must look at performance. Maybe the word manifesto is bogus for a lot of people. Manifesto is what you want to do. There is nobody, no organization that does not have what he or she wants to do. But like I said earlier, there are basic things. Do you want to build a castle in the sky as a government? No. We don't need castles in the sky. What we need are basic things. What do we need? Electricity. 24/7 electricity. And you can agree, my brothers here can agree, that there are facilities in Benin today whether private or public, that enjoy 24/7 electricity power supply. And that is commendable. That was one of the manifestos or the ideals that the Obaseki-led government has put on.
So it's all about individual. It's all about individual.
It has to do with individual.
Okay.
But organizations guide.
All right.
Organizations guide. He made a statement. You want to build 20 PHCs, primary health centers in Edo, and you are putting 18 of those 20 in a particular region, maybe in Edo Central. That is not fairness. That is not equity. And we know that in our PDP, in Obaseki-led Edo PDP, there is the spirit of equity and fairness. It is on the front of the Obaseki-led administration. Now the party can call or whisper to the governor, either as an organ or as individuals. He could be the party chairman. Governor, 18 PSCs in this region. What about North and Central? The governor will now recall, okay, let's put 12 here. Then let's spread the other 8, 4. Balanced, isn't it?
So from okay, now for all you are saying right now,
for a man to be able to perform, he must have organizations that guide him.
Okay.
So in this case, political, the governor is performing, the party is guiding him. It is the party that guided the governor to take power to Edo Central. The governor also has it as a promise which he had made many years ago. But once the party now married that policy of fairness and equity to that of the governor, it was not a force. The governor alone may not have been able to just take power to Edo Central. Do you understand? Listen, the governor alone as an individual may not have been alone in capital letters to just take power to Edo Central.
But some are saying he's Mr. Walk Alone.
No. Who is Mr. Walk Alone? Our governor is carrying everybody along.
All right.
Everybody is being carried along.
All right.
So it is the party philosophy. If you belong to a party where a particular region has been governing since the beginning of this Fourth Republic in 1999 up until now, at a point in time you will sit down and think, there are other persons in other areas now. Let's also see how we can take power there. So the power can be balanced. And then that's how we got to taking power to Edo Central and all that.
You've heard him say it's not Mr. Walk Alone as opined by so many persons. He say he walks with everyone, he carries everybody along. Well, you know, some low blows. I'm like, hey, no low blows, please. So everybody was like guarded. So yes, it's all about Edo 2024. It's all about party manifesto. But for all you've gathered here, it's like individuals are the ones setting the pace for parties to follow. Yeah? Because I'm saying it's all about individuals. Forget about political parties right now. It's what you have. That's what the party will key into. But the big question now is that what it used to be? The days of Awolowo, in the days of Nnamdi Azikiwe, in the days of Tafawa Balewa, in the days of Okadibo, in the days of, anyway, just lots and lots of them. With us right here, joining the panelists, I have a young, vibrant man, an entrepreneur, a political analyst. Join me to welcome Good News Obayuwana. Good News, welcome to TMI. I appreciate your coming.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, Mr. Wilson.
We still have Alhaji Ahmed Ewaike and of course Jimmy Oko. And together we're taking a look at some other topics vis-a-vis the minimum wage, the NGF. Yes, stand. Before that, let's still dwell a little bit on, yes, Edo 2024, the aim of the party manifesto. I believe you've been watching and listening to the opinion. So what's your stand on this particular issue?
Well, my stand is simply this, that we should understand of a truth that is different between manifesto and ideology. Now, I believe every party has their philosophy or their ideology. If you go to the constitution of the APC or of the PDP, they'll tell you this is what they believe, this is what the party believes, this is what the party they are pushing for. Like, prior to the emergence of APC, MP, and the others, before when PDP was the ruling party, we understand that the philosophy, ideology that APC came with was change. They said that the system is not working, the policies were not working, so the country needs a change. That was their philosophy. That was the ideology that APC came up with. And a lot of Nigerians, because we felt that, oh, of a truth, there's hardship in the country and there's a lot going on, we feel, okay, it's time we should embrace this change. So they got the hearts and minds of Nigeria by that singular act. And mind you, that election that preceded the emergence of APC, where Buhari won over Goodluck Jonathan in that election, you understand that the people did not literally voted for the person, individual. They wanted a different party to just come into play. That was why the majority of Nigerians went for the APC. And what happened? So the majority of the manifesto that Buhari has then was hinged on the policy or the philosophy of change that the country wanted, that the country needed at that time. So every party has their philosophy, has their ideology. But manifesto is a thing of the principal party flag bearer, the individual, who probably the governorship, the runner, the candidates vying for that position. So that person will come up with his manifesto based on the philosophy or the ideology of the party. So there's a difference between manifesto, ideology, philosophy. Philosophy and ideology can be tagged from the party perspective. The party holds on to ideology. Go back to those days, Awolowo. What was the ideology? Education. Education, that was the ideology that, Awolowo through the AG group and the rest, that was what they were pushing for. Even boys back to of recent time when Oshomole, became governor of Edo State. What was his own? What was the Labour Party? What were they clamoring for? Infrastructure. Check what happened. A lot of schools, a lot of building schools and roads in terms of Oshomole. So all of his manifesto was hinged on that. But let's take it down now to what our current government lately has been doing excellent. I must commend him, with especially what has happened with the minimum wage and towards the end of his administration, a lot of infrastructure development in terms of roads and the rest has been going on. So you understand there's a difference between manifesto and ideology.
All right, I'd like us to put this to rest, right? And maybe subsequently we can just dive into the discussions once more to see if those state citizens really look at individuals or party, but from the polls right now in town, they are looking beyond party, they're looking at individuals. That's what the feelers I'm getting. That we'll forget about party, we're looking at individuals. What do they have to present? What do they have to put on the table? Or what do they have for those state citizens? Manifesto, ideology, you just name it. Of course, they're going to listen to them, but in their heart of heart, they know what they're going to do. But as it stands right now, individuals are the ones leading, and it's like the party are kowtowing to the will of individuals. We've talked about that extensively.